the one, the only, Ben
Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun to Lean On. Today we're starting a new week of Shulchan Aruch Yomi, Orach Chaim, Simon Reishai, involved 276. Talks about a non-Jew lighting a candle or lighting a fireplace for Jews with the intention, the sole intention of the Jews benefiting either from the heat or from the light. You're not allowed to benefit from these things if they do it for you. Now, if he goes, it's clear in Sith Beis, the Ramah says, if some random person comes who's not a servant in your house, he comes outside and he goes and lights, turns on the lights in your house, you could use that because it was onus, it was against your will. You didn't, right? What's the reason that you can't bend, right? If a non-Jew does something for you, right, you're allowed to benefit from it, right? As long as you're not benefiting from a Shabbos, right? He makes a financial transaction for you. So you're going to benefit from the money after Shabbos. But if he's lighting a candle, you're going to benefit on Shabbos, so we're machmir. Now, why are we machmir? Most Mefarshim explain the reason, because if you benefit from it, next time you're going to tell him to do it, which is hard to understand. Because it's like a gzera, right? Even Amir la'akum, let's say next time I told him to do it. So that's only Rabbanan. So it's a gzera. Maybe next time if I benefit from him, I might come to tell him to do it. It's a gzera, hard to understand. So for that reason, I'd like to say that when the Gemara says you can't benefit from it, the reason is because it's like Amir la'akum. It's like Shlichus akum, right? The whole issue of Shlichus, right? There's no Shlichus for non-Jews. Non-Jews are not in the parsha of Shlichus, the Gemara in Gittin says. They're not Bnei Bris. So the only concept of Shlichus, it's two types of Shlichus. Shlichus is where a person is acting in my stead, like Shlichus for Kedushin and Gerushin. And there's Shlichus where the results tally back to me. He accomplished something on my behalf. And therefore, even though you were not mitzvah him, you didn't tell him to turn on the lights or to light the fireplace. However, since you're benefiting from it, the results go back to him. He's doing it for you, right? So the results tally back to you. He did it on account of you. It's like you did it. That's part of the Gzeira Amir La'akum, right? There's two parts of Amir La'akum. If you say, do something for me, even though there's no shlichus, that's v'daber davar. You're supposed to say words of Shabbos. When you tell a non-Jew to do malacha, even though you're not doing the malacha, that's not diburim of Shabbos. You're not allowed to talk about malacha. And there's a second, we've explained that there's a second element of shlichus for a non-Jew. There's two explanations why Amir La'akum is also. Rashi Masechah Shabbos, and the Masechah Shabbos says Amir La'akum is also because of shlichus. And other mafarshim say it's v'daber davar. I think there's two Rashis, one Masechah Shabbos, one Masechah Avodah Zarah. But they're both true. You're not arguing on himself. If it's something which, right, you're not benefiting from, or, right, you're telling him specifically to do a malacha, that's davar davar. If you're not telling him to do a malacha, and he does something which is beneficial for you, right, so that's a shlichus. That's shlichus. Shlichus that goes back to you. And that's what happens when you benefit from something directly on Shabbos. It's like you made him a shliach. You made him a shliach. You're benefiting. It's like you're doing malacha. You're karov. You're almost doing the malacha. Malacha is done for you. Now this raises the fundamental question that really is prevalent a lot in the ultra-Orthodox communities where I live here. A lot of people have generators on Shabbos here in Israel. The reason is because the electric companies are run primarily by Jews here in Israel. Most of Israel is Jewish, even if they're secular, so they're turning on lights on Shabbos. Now, I don't know if they turn lights on Shabbos, only if the power were to go out, they would turn it back on. It could be they're playing with the switches and turning them on and off. I don't know what electric company does, but therefore a lot of people are machmir to have their own generators, which is a tremendous financial expense to pay for a generator. To have your own set of electricity, which basically does not run on people turning on electricity for you. The reason people have the generators is because of this simon over here, because you're not allowed to benefit from a Jew turning on for you, and certainly not even benefit from a non-Jew turning on for you, and certainly if a Jew turns on for you, then it's a problem. Now, I would say like this, that first of all, you can rely on the Ramah. The Ramah says if the non-Jew does it, bal korcho, if he walks into your house and does it, so you're allowed to benefit. Right? That wasn't right. That was against your will. You can't be forced not to benefit from something if someone did something against your will. The whole sim is talking about people that are servants. That's what the Gemara is talking. Someone's your servant, right? So he's doing a shlichus for you. But someone does it against your will, that's not a shlichus for you. It can't be tracked back to you. If he's your shliach, he's your butler, he's your servant in your house, he wants to help you. So that can be tracked back to you through a shlichus. But if someone does it, bal korcho, that can be tracked to you. And I think the same thing goes with electric companies. even though it's a Jew maybe doing it. But again, it can't be tracked back to you. He's doing it against your will. You're a Sabbath observant Jew. You don't turn on lights on Shabbos. So it can be tracked back to you. It can't be tracked back to you if they're doing it against your will. You don't want it to do that. A lot of people have generators, but even if you don't have a generator, you don't want it to be done for you. And so I think that's really what is similar to this Ramah over here. And basically the reason that it's Aser is because benefiting it, because it's like a shliach. You made him a shliach. It has to be someone also that, right? The whole simon is talking about people that you're familiar with, people that are avodim or butlers in your house. But people that are not related to you, forget about the fact that it's onus and it can't be tracked back to what the Ramah says. But when it's done for the whole country, you have electric companies working for the whole country, even though they're Jewish, they're working for people that are Jewish, they're turning on lights on Shabbos, maybe they're not, maybe they're just, if the electricity doesn't go off. I mean, most of the time electricity doesn't go off, so they're not turning electricity on, it's just keep it on. So I don't know exactly how it works. That's what I assume. They don't really do it. It's just in case they might do it, which is a miyut chain on matzah. It doesn't usually go off on Shabbos. But even if they are turning switches on and off, again, they're not doing it for Jews. They're not doing it for you. The problem is it's a personal halacha where he's doing it. He's a worker. He works in your house. He's doing it for you. That's shlichus. But someone who's working for a large electric company is not doing it for every single person on a specific basis. He's just doing his job. That's all he's doing. He's doing his job working in an electric company. He's not doing a favor for you. He's not related to you. He's not a shliach for you. Not because, even if it's not ba'ona, even without the reason of onus, it's because he's not connected to you. He's not connected to you. There's definitely no concept of shlichus over here, and therefore I think it should be mutter. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.